When creating the interactive Power BI CV that I was doing, the first thing that I had to do was create the data that was coming in an Excel sheet. The first bit of data came from the work experience data, which here's an example of all the areas that got filled to create the data for that. Notice that the performance reviews was the one section that did not get filled, and I'll go into that later. The next section was the education data, going into, of course, what education you had from a university standpoint and the skills and so forth that you've learned from these. And the last on this is the certificates that I gained in the course. As shown, there were none to be had as of yet. And then the last bit of data to come is the skills data, which shows all the skills that I've had, the logos that are associated, and the values versus what value I feel that my skills are at versus their max. And all that got put in place to come together to become the actual CV itself. And with its interactivity, it created all of this from the data. Noticing first, here's the professional experience, which was gained from the work experience, shown as the first bit of data, where it goes in and shows all the work experience I had entered in, the logo of the companies, the responsibilities, and all that information is displayed. Notice down on the bottom left below education, the what about my performance was blank, just like the section that I had mentioned was blank on the work experience earlier. Next was the education, and it got shown in with the logo, and the school got implemented from the data. Next section was the certificates, again, which was none, so imported none and got shown appropriately. If anything was entered, then it would be entered into this space. So for the future, it will populate when I come back to it and add more certificates later. The last was the skills, which are now inputted on the technical skills. It goes in and shows where they are at, shows the logos that were in place, and all that information as from the data directly translated into the interactive CV. The last part is, of course, the name of me and then the LinkedIn. If you click on the LinkedIn logo, it will take you to my LinkedIn page. And then my website, if you click on that, it'll take you to the Adobe Spark page that I'm creating as I'm going through the current master's program. So then it'll show more association between what I'm aiming for with this resume. So if I was to use this resume, it can be used and upload all the things that can associate to make me a better applicant in the future. And that should be it for what was done with it. And I hope you can take a look at the BI associated with this on Power BI. And thanks for watching.